Welcome everyone. Thank you so much for serving this week and for watching this video to prepare to lead your small group Sunday. We will be continuing our monthly theme, compassion, caring enough to do something about someone else's need. We will be instilling the truth that we should treat others the way that we want to be treated. And in our Bible story from John, we will hear about Jesus feeding the 5,000 as we learn that it's important to use what you have to help others. Our verse this month is, "The Lord has shown you what is good. He has told you what he requires of you. You must act with justice, you must love to show mercy, and you must be humble as you live in the sight of your God." Micah 6:8. For your first opening activity, you're going to play an alphabet naming game. Go around the circle and have the kids name something they would bring on a picnic that starts with that letter. So if it's the first kid, their letter A, they're going to say, "I'm going on a picnic and I am bringing an apple." And then the next kid says the sentence but uses a word that starts with the letter B. "I'm going on a picnic and I am bringing a banana." And so on, all the way till you get to Z. Then for your next opening activity, you're going to read the text in the speech bubble. That's for this one that says, "In my neighborhood, I have a," and then there's a blank to fill out. You're going to ask the kids to think about things that they see in their neighborhood or around town, like maybe grocery stores, grandma's house, the bank, dog park. Have the kids draw or write what they're naming in their speech bubbles, and then they can glue it near their house on their big neighborhood butcher paper. If you have a kid that shows up that hasn't made a house yet, I've put some construction paper in your bag and the supplies needed, the glue and the scissors, to be able to make their house. They can do that real quick as well and add it to your neighborhood. So then you're going to transition into large group by telling them, the kids, that the Bible story today, they're going to hear about Jesus showing compassion by caring about others when they're hungry. So talk about, you can transition that from talking about the grocery stores or getting food at grandma's house, all that fun stuff, if you'd like, helping in your neighborhood. After large group, you're going to give each kid a piece of white computer paper and a pencil. You're going to set a timer on your phone for 1 minute and challenge them to draw as many dots as they can on that piece of paper in 1 minute. Then when they're done, when the timer goes off, have them set all of their papers in the middle of your area next to each other so you can see all of them like a big piece of paper in front of you when you add them all together. Then talk about how many people were there that day that Jesus fed, over 5,000. Then have the kids sanitize their hands. There's some sanitizers in your bag. And then you'll give each kid a little cup and be able to pass out some of our goldfish representing our fish and some of our soup oyster crackers representing our bread for the day. So they can partake in what it was like when Jesus fed the 5,000. You're going to then follow the script while you're passing that out, while they're starting to munch on their snack. There's a script in your leader guide of what to say to drive home the message about compassion. You don't have to do something big to give something expensive. Simply use what you have to help others. Give them some daily examples of what they could use and see at school or around their neighborhood to make an impact to help others. Maybe there's a kid in their class that is new, and maybe they can show compassion and help that person by being a friend and sitting next to them at lunch, or by sharing a pencil or something like that. Maybe they can help an elderly neighbor in their neighborhood with getting the mail and taking it into up to their door for them. Make it personal then by telling the kids about a time when you helped someone by doing something small and it ended up making a big impact. Or reverse that. Maybe talk about a time where someone helped you and it was something small, but it had a big impact on you. Then for the next activity, you're going to play a game of Twister. You're going to make 3 different game boards on the floor using the different colors of cardstock. We have green, blue, yellow, and red. And you're going to use those colors of cardstock to make a game board in a 3x3 grid pattern. You can mix up the colors and put them in any order, and there's some painter's tape as well to help you stick them on the floor. But as long as you have 3 going up and 3 going to the side, then you can have your game board ready. You'll use the spinner to make that happen, to make your selections. And as you are doing your spinning, you're going to call out the color that it lands on and choose if it's going to be a hand or a foot or something different, maybe a knee or an elbow that they're going to use. And then if a kid falls, when that kid falls, you're going to ask them, what could you use to help someone else? They could use their hands or their feet or their mouth or their ears, but have them think about something that they could use to help someone else. So if they fall, for example, say, give me one way that you can use your hands for someone else. And maybe they can say, oh, well, I could use my hands to help take out the trash or to help pull up the weeds for that neighbor next door that needed help. As you close out the activity, follow the script on your leader guide as you drive home the message that we can use what we already have to help others. And then finally, as you gather your group in a circle to close out your time together, pray that God will help them use what they have to help others, to seek opportunities and be aware this week when they see a need to think about how they could fill it. Have the kids participate in the prayer by doing the actions as you pray the prayer on your leader guide. And remind them as they get picked up that they can use what they have to show compassion to others. Well, that wraps up our Sunday together. Text Timmy the keyword HELP if you've watched this video to prepare to lead your small group Sunday and discovering that we can show compassion by using what we have to help others. Thank you again, leaders, for serving with us. Have a blessed week.